Hello everyone, welcome back to Vyasa IAS CSAT course. Now from this lecture we are starting the topic of profit and loss. We have already done percentages. So whatever concepts we have used in percentages, that concept we are going to use here in profit and loss. All right. So this is our basic percentage will be the basis for solving question of profit and loss. Now there are some concepts that are that belong to profit and loss itself. First we will have to see that and then we can move on to the questions. So now let us see some of the basic concepts of profit and loss in the business. Okay, and then we will move on to the questions. So see, profit is what? Profit is selling price minus cost price. I know everybody is familiar with this thing, but still profit is selling price minus cost price. That means whatever you are at what price you are buying, at what price the seller or the manufacturer has produced. So that is the cost price. Now definitely we know from here that selling price is equals to profit plus cost price, and cost price is equals to selling price minus minus profit. Okay, so these three should be very clear to you that selling price is profit plus cost price and cost price is selling price minus profit. All right, and what is percentage profit? See, percentage profit is profit you have obtained by selling an article into 100 divided by cost price. Okay, now see, percentage profit will always be asked on the with relative to cost price. Okay, percentage profit will only be asked with relative to cost price. You will never be asked percentage profit with relative to selling price. Okay, you will never be asked percentage profit with relative to selling price. You will always be asked, sorry, I'm very sorry, unless you are asked that find out the percentage profit with relative to selling price. So that won't be see, percentage profit is always calculated on cost price unless otherwise stated. So percentage profit is equals to profit into 100 divided by cost price. Okay, percentage profit is equals to profit into 100 divided by cost price. Now what is percentage? See, in this thing, always when you are lightly given that find out the percentage profit, then profit into 100 divided by cost price you will do. So we are taking it as given that percentage profit is asked with relative to cost price. When it is asked with related to selling price, then it will be given in the question. Okay, so always remember percentage profit is equals to profit divided by cost price into 100. So that is it. Okay, now let's see this question. This question says what? A man purchases an item for rupees 120. If he sells it at 20% profit, find his selling price. Okay, if he sells it at 20% profit. So, what it is saying, a man purchases an item. So, cost price for this man is rupees 120. If he sells at a 20% profit, find its selling price. This is very simple. Selling price is equals to profit plus cost price. Okay, now what is cost price? 120. What is profit? 20% of 120, which is what? 24. Okay, which is 24. So 24 plus 120. So selling price becomes 144. Okay, this is simple. This is just the simple application of formula. Now look at this question. Look at this formula. Selling price is equal to 1 plus percentage gain divided by 100 into cost price. Okay. 1 plus percentage gain into 100 into cost price. Okay. Or you can write 100 plus percentage gain into cost price divided by 100 is equals to selling price. Now see, look at this thing, students. So if you are talking about selling price, so for example, that it is saying that um, we are having an item whose cost price is rupees 100, and the shopkeeper is selling it at 20% profit. So what is 20% profit? 20 rupees. Okay. So earlier, let us say these things, if the cost price was X, now after 20% profit, how much will the selling price becomes? Plus 0.2x. So how much it becomes? 1.2x. See, same thing it is saying. Okay, same thing this formula is saying, that selling price is equals to 1 plus percentage gain divided by 100 into cost price. So what is percentage gain here? 20%. Okay, so that will be 20 by 100, 1 plus 20 into cost price. Now this is 1.2 into cost price. So selling price is equals to 1.2 into cost price. Okay, selling price is equals to 1.2 into cost price. Now I hope everybody is clear with this thing. Fine. And what is cost price? Cost price is equals to 100 into selling price divided by 100 into gain percentage. Okay. 100 into selling price divided by 100 into gain percentage. Now see this thing. What happens in case of loss? So loss, in case of loss is what? Cost price minus selling price. Because in case of loss, uh, that is, your selling price will be lower than your cost price. In case of profit, your selling price will be higher than your cost price, and in case of loss, your selling price will be lower than your cost price. So I hope everybody is clear with this thing. Now if you have to find, see, look at this formula. It is given cost price is equals to 100 into selling price divided by 100 into gain percent. Okay. So I'm, let's saying, if I'm having selling price as 120, the profit percentage is 20%. Okay. The profit percentage is 20%. So what is cost price? Okay. Now, see, the profit percentage is 20%. So, if I assume cost price is equals to X, and 20 into X by 100 we are having, okay, 20 into X by 100 we are having. So, this is equals to selling price 120. Okay. So, what this is saying, 1.2X or 120 by 100. Okay. 120 by 100 into X. Okay, so this it is giving. So this becomes how much? This 120 will get cancelled and x will be equal to 100. Okay, this 120 will get cancelled and x will be equal to 100. So this is how you get it. Okay, so in this case, it is saying cost price is equals to 100 into selling price divided by 100 into gain percent. Okay, 100 into gain percent, this is the same thing as that. So we don't have to remember all these formulas, we just understand the concept. देखिए, listen to this. So if I am having, let's say, 10% profit on something, that means uh, I am having cost price of something, I am having 10% profit of something. That means if my cost price was X, I sold it at 1.1x. Okay, this is very simple. Try to learn this concept. Similarly, if my cost price is, let's say, 30%, okay, then if my cost price was X and my gain percentage is 30%, then I sold it at what price? 1.3x. Okay, 1.3x. So see, the price of an item, if we take X, so that is one time. Okay, that is one time. Whenever some percentage is added to it, then it becomes that much time. So if I am said that gain, my gain is 200%. Okay, my gain is 200%. Means I am getting a profit of 200%. So see, that means I sold it for two times more. Okay, so when I was selling, when I was getting 50% profit, then it was becoming 1.5. Okay, 1.5. That means you add 1 plus 0.5, now I am getting 200% profit. So I will add 1 plus 2, that means it becomes 3. So now selling price becomes 3. Okay, selling price becomes 3x. Okay, Fine. So try to understand this very basic thing. It is not a very big concept, but see, it can be anything can be done easily on the basis of this. Okay. So for example, if you are given that cost price is equals to 1.2x. Okay, cost price is equals to 1.2x. You are given selling price. Okay. So definitely, how can you find out this? Sorry, if you are given, let's say, cost price is equals to x and selling price is equals to 1.2x. Okay, selling price is equals to 1.2x. So how will you find cost price? This cost price is x. So x is equals to what? Selling price divided by 1.2. Okay, selling price divided by 1.2. This is that simple, guys. Okay, this is that simple. That if you are given cost price, you are given gain percentage. So selling price is this much. In case of loss, okay, in case of loss, let's say you had a loss of 20%. Okay, then your then if your cost price was x, your selling point price will be 0.8x. Okay, your selling price is 0.8x, and let's say it is given that selling price is 120 rupees. Okay, so what is your cost price? This x is your cost price. So x is equals to what? 120 by 0.8. Okay, so this is that simple. Okay, so this becomes what? 120 into 10 by 8, which is 5 by 4, and this becomes 30. So you get your cost price as what? 150. So 150, if in 150 we are having 20% loss, that means 30 rupee loss. That means our selling price becomes how much? 120. Okay, so this is how we do this question. I hope everybody is very clear with this thing. So you don't have to go for the formula as such, that 100 plus gain percentage and so on. This is very simple. Okay, you do this by this method if possible. This is very simple. Okay. Now let's move forward. See, in case of loss, I have already told you, loss percentage is what? Loss into 100 divided by cost price. Okay, so this is how we do these kind of questions. Now, now we will just a little bit do a little bit discussion on what are the types of cost involved. Okay, so this is a theoretical discussion. Generally, this doesn't count for much, but still, if we want to if we want to read the question and we want to be completely aware of what is being said in the question, then we have to do this basic discussion for profit and loss. So let's do this discussion. So we have this types of cost. Types of cost. Okay. So types of cost is of how many types? So you have direct cost or variable cost. You have indirect cost, which is also known as overhead cost or fixed cost, and then you have semi-variable cost. Now, what is direct or variable cost? Okay, so for example, you are selling a product for rupees 10 and you are having 20% profit. Okay, you are having 20% profit. Fine. Now, if you are selling another 10 rupees, then you are having 20% profit. That means the each item you will sell, you will have to incur that much cost. That means for selling two items, you will have 16 rupees cost. For selling three items, you will have 24 rupees cost. For selling four items, you will have 32 rupees cost. So direct cost or variable cost is one thing. So for example, if you are increasing the units that you are selling, then your direct cost will also increase. Okay. So basically, what are the example of direct cost? Raw material. Okay. Labor, because whatever whatever item you are going to produce, the labor you are going to use, so for per piece you will have to pay that labor something. Okay, so wages to labor producing one unit of the product, when the wages are given on a piece rate basis. Okay, so all these things are what? All these things are direct or variable cost. Okay, fine. Now let us look at this indirect overhead or fixed cost. So now what is indirect overhead or fixed cost? So earlier what happened when you were producing a single item, your cost was 8 rupees. Okay. Now whatever, how many units you are going to sell, your cost is going to increase by 8 rupees for each unit. But that doesn't happen in case of in case of overhead cost. What happens in case of overhead cost is that irrespective of the number of units of a product sold, the rent of a corporate office is fixed. Okay. So you are having this corporate office, and irrespective of the number of units of a product sold, the rent of the corporate office is fixed. So that means if you want to produce 10 pens, you can produce in this factory. If you want to produce 20 pens, you can produce in this factory. If you have to produce 100 pen, you will produce in this factory itself. The rent is not going to increase. See, when sometimes it happens that this factory is now smaller for production, then it will not be included in the per unit cost. It is fixed cost. If you want to apportion it to each article equally, what is the meaning of apportion? Okay, so for example, if you are living on rent, okay, so you are living on rent with 10 people and you are having 10,000 rupees. Now, if a 11th person comes to live in your home, then also the rent will be 10,000 rupees itself. You will just now divide the rent between 11 people. Okay, so how much each one will be paying, that will be fixed cost, that will be apportioned to it. Okay, so that will be that fixed cost that will be apportioned to it. So I hope now this is clear to everybody that what is the meaning of fixed cost. Okay, what is the meaning of fixed cost? So mostly rent comes. Okay, rent comes in the example of fixed cost. Even sometime machinery. Okay, even sometime machinery, because see, big machines, we don't know, we will not apportion each item. Okay, we will not say that because of this the machine got, we have to add more machines for 10 pens. Okay, a machine will produce until you are repairing it, keeping it properly, it will produce until a point of wear and tear comes that it is no longer viable to keep that machine. So machine cost will also come in indirect cost. Now what is semi variable cost? Okay, semi-variable costs are some costs such that they behave as fixed costs under normal circumstances, but have to be increased when a certain level of sales figure is reached. Okay. So for example, so for example, you are having this rent of this office. Now the sales has increased. You want to increase production. You rent another office. So this is semi-variable cost. Okay, this is semi-variable cost because this is coming after a particular level of sales figure is reached. So I think now everybody will be clear with this thing. Now let's move forward a bit. Okay, now let us understand what is the concept of margin. So concept of margin or contribution per unit, it is the difference between the value of selling price and the variable cost for a product is known as margin or contribution of the product. Okay, so selling price minus variable cost. Okay, now what was variable cost? Variable cost was the cost we were incurring per unit. Okay, per unit. So if I am saying that for selling a 10 rupees pen, the variable cost, that is cost of raw material plus labor plus everything, is 7 per unit, is 7 per unit. Then 10 minus 7 is what? The concept of margin. Okay, this is the margin. 3 rupees is the margin. Okay, so I think now everybody is clear with this thing. Margin is what? Selling price minus variable cost. Variable cost means that the cost in which your raw materials is included, the per unit basis cost is included, and anything other than per unit cost does not come under the concept of margin. So I hope everybody is clear with this thing. Now let's move forward. Now see, what is the concept of break even point? Now break even point is what? The volume of sale at which there is no profit, no loss. Okay, so for example, you started, let's say, maybe a tiles business. Okay, and you took 60 lakh, you spend overall 60 lakh rupees at this. Okay, so 60 lakh rupees is what? Everything. You are purchasing tiles, you are transportation you are paying for. Okay, you have kept some go down, you have a shop, you have done some marketing of your shop. So everything in total costs 60 lakh rupees. Now, when you will earn this 60 lakh rupees back, then you have reached a break even point. That means no profit, no loss. Okay, that means no profit, no loss. Now, whatever sales will come beyond this point, that will be your profit. Okay, whatever sales will come beyond this point, that will be your profit. So, this is the concept of break even point. Now let us suppose that a pan shop has to pay a rent of rupees 1000 per month and salaries of rupees 4000 to the assistant. Okay, so rent is 1000, salaries to assistants is 4000. Okay, and let us say raw material for each pan is something 100 no 100, let us say 5 rupees. Okay, raw material needed for each pan is 5 rupees. Okay, so if you have to calculate that what is the when this shop will reach break even point. Okay, so what is the break even point? That is rent plus this per month salary plus the raw material cost, when it will be able to become equal to profit, then you will reach the break even point. Okay, then you will reach the break even point. So I hope everybody is clear with this thing. Okay, I hope everybody is clear with this thing. Now actually profit is what? Actual sales minus break even sales into contribution per unit. Okay, what is profit? See, in case of break even point, when we are talking about, you have some actual sales and then you have some break even sales. Okay, break even sale means that point at which your whatever you are spending, this rent, this salary, okay, and everything, so actual sale minus break even sale into contribution per unit will be profit. Okay, into contribution per unit will be profit. Fine. Now see, in this, let's say I am having 100 actual sale and break even sale is, let's say, 90. So that means only 10 items will contribute to my actual profit. Okay, that means only 10 items is going to contribute to my actual profit. Now beyond this 90, whatever they are producing, that is my profit. Okay, so I hope everybody is clear with this thing. Now let's move forward. Similarly, what is loss? Loss is break even sales minus actual sale into contribution per unit. So I am having this break even sale, let's say at 100, and I sold, let's say, 200. Okay. Sorry, actual sale will always be less in case of loss. So I have this break even sales at 100 and I have actual sales is what? 50. So 50 into contribution per unit, let's say 5. So that means it becomes 250. Okay, so that is my loss. So I hope everybody is clear to this thing. Now let's see what is profit calculation on the basis of equating the amount spent and amount earned. Okay, profit calculation on the basis of equating the amount spent and amount earned. Now look at this thing. We have a fruit vendor who is selling 25 mangoes. Okay, who is selling 25, sorry, who wants to recover the cost of 25 mangoes by selling 20 mangoes. So what it is percentage profit? Okay, what is this percentage profit? Okay, so that means he is earning profit per unit. Okay, he is earning profit per unit. So he is selling the 20 mangoes at the cost of 25 mangoes. Okay, he is selling 20 mangoes at the cost of 25 mangoes. That means extra, by selling 20 mangoes, he is earning the money of extra 5 mangoes. Okay, extra 5 mangoes. So profit is what? The cost of 5 mangoes, or let's say goods sold, that is 5 extra mangoes upon goods sold. So goods sold are how much? 20 into 100. So that means what is the profit? Profit is 100 by 4, that is 25%. Okay, that is 25%. See, try to understand this thing, how it came. It is saying a fruit vendor recovers the cost of 25 mangoes by selling 20 mangoes. Okay, so when he is selling 20 mangoes, 5 mangoes he is even by selling 20 mangoes, 5 mangoes cost he is getting from his clients, okay, or customers. Okay, so that means 5 mangoes is profit. 5 mangoes is profit. And what is our profit percentage? Profit divided by sales into 100. Okay, now whatever the cost will be there, for example, 5 into, let's say, some cost is there, you will put here, and for 20 also, 20 into some cost will there, you will put here. So this cost will ultimately get cancelled. So we can directly always remember this formula, that if based on unit it is asking your profit, then percentage profit is equals to good less divided by goods sold into 100. Okay, then percentage profit is equals to good less divided by goods sold into 100. So I hope everybody is clear with this thing. Now let's move forward. Okay, now let's move on. Now let's move on. What is the concept of markup? Okay, what is the concept of markup? So cost price plus markup is equals to marked price. Okay, cost price plus markup is equals to marked price. Okay. So traders and businessmen, while selling goods, add a certain percentage on the cost price. This addition is called percentage markup, and the price thus obtained is called marked price. So actually what happens is, um, suppose you are buying a packet of oats and it is marked up 100. The shopkeeper is selling to you so at 90. So this is selling price. Okay, so this is selling price, and actual cost to the shopkeeper might be 70. So this is cost price to the shopkeeper. Okay, so something there is marked up price, then there is discount, then there is selling price, and then there is profit here. Okay, so this is the concept, very general concept. Okay, so this is the concept, very general concept in our day-to-day life, that is cost price plus markup is equals to marked price. Okay, cost price plus markup is equals to marked price. Now cost price plus percentage markup on cost price is also equal to marked price. Okay, so for example, someone is saying that this much is the percentage markup. That means what it is saying, that with respect to cost price, the mark price is this much. So for example, I am saying that the markup price is 30% of the cost. So now what is marked price? Marked price is equals to 1.3 into cost price. I already told you, see this concept, I think everybody will be clear about this. 100 plus 30 by 100. Okay, so for example, uh, the cost price is let's say x. Okay, the cost price is, let's say, x, and what is the marked price is 30% of the cost price, so 30 by 100 into x. So that means 100x plus 30x divided by 100. So that means 1.3x. Okay, that means 1.3x. So I hope now this is very clear to you, to everybody. So marked price also can be find out by percentage markup in the same manner. This is a very general concept. Okay, so they will, what the shopkeeper is basically trying to do with you, he will be having certain markup price. Okay, he will be having certain markup price, and then on that markup price he will give certain percentage discount. Okay, and that percentage, after deducting that percentage discount, you are going to get selling price. Okay, so your cost price plus percentage markup is equals to your marked price, and marked price minus percentage discount is equals to selling price. Okay, marked price minus percentage discount is equals to selling price. So you start with, let's say, cost price x, and then some percentage markup, it will add 1 point something to your x. Okay, and then you will have some percentage discount on this, let's say 10%, and then you will get your selling price. Okay, and then you will get your selling price. So you can do this in that manner, the direct straight line method that you were using. So for example, the cost price is rupees 100 and 30% is the marked price, so that means this will become 130, and then 10% is the discount, that means minus 13 you have to do here. Okay, minus 13 you have to do here, so that means 130 minus 13, so that will be how much? 117. Okay, so 117 will be selling price. Okay, so I hope now everybody is clear with this thing. Let's move forward. Okay. Now look at this. A shopkeeper sold goods for rupees 2000 at a profit of 50%. Find the cost price of the shopkeeper. Okay. So you are given selling price is equals to 2000. Your profit percentage is equals to 50%. Okay, you are asked cost price. So see, whenever I am solving and I have to solve the fastest worst, what I will do, I will assume cost price is X. So for me, selling price will become 1.5x because this is 50%. So I will write this as 1.5x. Now 1.5x is equals to what? 2000 for me. Now this will become what? 2000 divided by 15 into 10. Okay, because this is 1.5. So now you can obviously calculate this. Why? Because 5 2 times. Okay, and this is 3 times, and this is what? 666.66. Okay, this is 666.66. Now definitely you can calculate this. This will come how much? 666.66. So this will become 12, 13, 1, 12, 13, 13, and this will become 1333.32. Okay. So this will be the cost price, that is 133.32. Fine. Now I think this must be clear to all of you. Now let's move forward. Now look at this. A man buys a shirt and a trouser for rupees 371. If a trouser costs rupees 12% more than shirt, find the cost of the shirt. Okay. A man buys a shirt and a trouser for rupees 371. Fine. If a trouser cost rupees 12% more than shirt, find the cost of shirt. Okay, so here there is no question of profit and loss. What this is saying is that one is having a shirt and a trouser, and the cost is 371, and if the trouser costs 12% more than shirt. Okay, so this trouser is costing 12% more than shirt, so that means this trouser is 1.12 times of S, and this is S, and this is 371, and you know this is 1 plus 1.12 times of S, so this is 2.12 times of S, so this is 371. Now, definitely you can calculate the cost of shirt from here. This S is equals to what? 371 divided by 212 into 100. Okay, into 100. So this will become what? 2 5 2 4 the sorry. This will go by 2. So 2 1 times, 2 0 times, 2 6 times, and this is what? 250 times, and this will go now see, this is not divisible by 3, so this is 371 divided by 106 into 50. Okay, now you obviously know, you obviously now you obviously know this will go how many times. You can just divide this 376. So if you this do this 3 times, so this will become what? 318. Okay, 318. So just subtract this and you will get your answer. So this is just a simple calculation that you have to do. I hope everybody can do this question. Now look at this question, guys. A shopkeeper sells two items at the same price. If he sells one of them at a profit of 10% and other at a loss of 10%, find the percentage profit and loss. Okay. Now, what this is saying, a shopkeeper sells two items at the same price. Okay. Two items at the same price. So, selling price is how much? Let's say 100. Okay, now if he sells one of them, so at a profit of 10%. Okay, so let's say if this one is sold at a profit of 10%. Okay, so that means cost price is equals to how much? 1.1x, that is equals to what? 100. Okay, and the other at a loss of 10%. Okay, the other at a, and it is saying the other one is sold at a loss of 10%. Okay, so that means cost price 0.9x is equals to 100. Okay, now you have to find out the percentage profit and loss. Okay, you have to find out the profit and loss. Okay, so in this case cost price is how much? 100 divided by this 1.1, and in this case the cost price is how much? This one is for loss one and this one is for profit one. Okay, so this is x 100 by 0.9. Okay, so this is 100 divided by 11. Now find the percentage profit or loss. Okay, so you will first divide this the same price. If he sells one of them at a profit of 10% and other at a loss of 10%, find the percentage profit and loss. Okay, so we are assuming that your selling price is 100. Okay, now if you are having profit, then your cost price, in case of profit, so cost price P we will write. Let this be cost price P. So 1.1 times of cost price P is equals to 100. Okay, 1.1 time of cost price P is equals to 100, and 0.9 times of cost price loss. Okay, 0.9 times of cost price loss is equals to 100. Okay, because see, when it is having 10% loss, then in case your loss is your your selling price is this much. Okay, see, because I already told you, whenever we will have profit, so let us say x was our profit, then 10% profit means 10 by 100 into x. So this becomes 110 by 100 into x. So this becomes 1.1 times of x. So that I wrote directly that 1.1 times of cost price of that item which was in profit for this. See, we are not given whether their cost price was same or not. Okay, we are not given whether their cost price was same or not. Fine. Now, what is the profit here? So, what is the profit here? Profit here is cost price P, that is 100 divided by 1.1. What is the cost price here? Obviously, you can calculate. What is that? 100 divided by 11 into 10. Okay, 100 divided by 11 into 10. Now this is what? This is 100 and this is this. So 11 when you will divide how many times? 9 times 99, and then again you will get 10, you will put point and you will get again 99 and this will repeat. So you will have 9.99. So your cost price was this. Okay, your cost price was what? Sorry, 99.99. So your cost price was this. Okay, and in case of selling, in case of loss, so this is 100 divided by 9. Okay, this is 100 divided by 9. This is 99.99, guys. And this is 100 divided by 9. So what is the cost price here? 100 divided by 9 into 10 you can write. So this is what? This is this 9. How many times? Obviously 9 times 9 10 9 one time here. Okay, then you will get again 9 one time here. Okay, then you will get again 9. So one time here. So 111.11. Okay, 111.11 was the cost price in case of loss. So the loss is of 11.11. Okay, the loss is of 11.11. Fine. And look at this. What is the what is the profit cost price? So this was 100 into 10 divided by 11. Okay, so let us calculate this once more. So you have this 999, then you will get this 1. Okay, then you will get this 1, you will get this 0. Again, you will have this 0 put here, then here, and then you will have what? Again 9. So this is 90.99. Okay, this is 90.99 you will get here. Okay, so 90.99, let us consider this as 91. So here you are having 9 rupees profit, and here you are having how many rupees loss? 11 rupees loss. So how much you are having your percentage profit or loss? Loss you are having how much? 2 rupees loss. Okay, loss you are having how much? 2 rupees loss. So I hope everybody is clear with this thing. Now let's move forward. I'm sorry guys, there is a little bit disturbance nowadays because of too much crackers. So it might not be coming in your um, voice because of the mic, but it I have to listen to that, and because of that, sometime I instantly pause up. Okay, so now let's move forward. Now, what it is saying in problem 6.3, find the value of loss incurred by the shopkeeper if the price of selling each item is 160. Okay, if the price of selling each item is 160. Now, the price is 160, it is given. Okay, the price 160 is given. So, what is the price here? What is the price here? See, in that case, we have 2 percentage point loss. It is already given here. So find the value of loss it is saying. So always we are going to have loss because wahan pe to we just assume 100. Okay, so then also we were getting loss. So what it is saying that if we are having same selling price, let's say x, and we are selling at 10% profit and then 10% loss, then selling price is x. Selling price is the same and we are having 10% profit and 10% loss, so obviously we will always be having loss. So here also 10% profit and loss case we have to do. Okay, 10% profit and loss case we have to do. So 1.1 time 1.1 time of x1 is equals to 160. So x1 will come how much? 160 into 11 into 10. Okay, so that means 1600 divided by 11. Okay, so this is what? This is 1 50. Okay, and this will become how much? 444. Okay, so this will become 60, and this is 55. So this will become 0.50, and this is 4. Okay, so this is 145 point. This will come as a recurring thing. 4545, I think you will get this recurring. Okay, so this is when we were having profit. Okay, we were having profit, and when we are having loss, so 0.92 x2 is equals to 160. So x2 is equals to what? 160 into 10 by 9. Okay, so what are you going to get here? So definitely divide this 160 by 9. Okay, so 9 how many times? 9 2 times is 18, so 9 1 times only. Okay, and this is what? This is 7 0. So 9 7 times is 63. Again you are getting 7 0 9 7 times is 63. Now 1 point, this is 177.77, you will get this recurring. Okay, so this much is your cost price for this one. So how much rupees profit you are having? 177.77 minus 160. So approximately 17.77 rupees profit. Okay, 17.77 rupees profit. And loss, how much? Sorry, this is the loss. This is the loss again. And how much profit you are having? 160 minus 145.45. Okay, so this is almost 15 rupees profit. So that means loss is 17, profit is this much. So almost 2 rupees loss you are having, 2 rupee loss. Okay, so it is asking find the value of loss incurred. If you have to find the percentage, obviously 2 by 160 into 100 is your percentage loss. Okay, but here only the value is asked, so obviously now here only the calculation is cumbersome, otherwise formula is very simple. I hope everybody is clear with this thing. Now let's move forward. Now it is saying if by selling two items for rupees 180 each, the shopkeeper gains 20% on one and loses 20% on other, find the value of loss. Now this is the same question. Now this is easy for you. So you will once you will have 1.2 time x1 is 180 in case of gain, and another you will have 0.8 x2 is equals to 180. Okay, and find the value of loss. So whatever you will get, this x2 minus 180 minus of um, x1 minus 180 minus x1, that will be your loss. Okay, that will be your loss. So I think now this is clear with everyone. Now let's move forward. Now look at this. It is saying by selling 15 mangoes, a fruit vendor recovers the cost price of 20 mangoes. Find the profit percentage. Now this is simple. Why this is simple? I already told you. Percentage profit is equals to goods left divided by goods sold. Okay, goods left divided by goods sold into 100. Okay, so he is recovering the cost price of 20 mangoes. Selling is how much? 15 mangoes. How much of goods are left? 5 goods are left. Fine. And goods sold is how much? 15. So this is divided by 100. So this is this. So that means he's having profit of 33.33%. I hope this concept is clear to you. See, this class is just a warm up for profit and loss. We'll do the tougher question. We'll do a lot of questions in this profit and loss chapter. Now look at this. It is saying a dishonest shopkeeper uses 900-gram weight instead of 1 kilogram weight. Find his profit percent if he sells per kilogram at the same price as he buys a kilogram. Okay. If he sells per kilogram at the same price as he buys a kilogram. Okay. So what he is doing, uh, his cost price is how much? Okay, so what he is doing, he is not selling that 100 gram. Okay, he is not selling that 100 gram, but he is taking the price of that 100 gram. Okay, he is taking the price of that 100 gram. So this is the same as what? Goods left divided by goods sold into 100. So he is selling how much? 900 gram. What he is not selling? 100 gram. So this will be your answer. So 100 divided by 9, that is 11.11%. 11.11%, I guess. Yes. I hope you understood this question. See what I am telling here. It is saying there is a dishonest shopkeeper. He uses 900-gram weight. Okay, he uses 900-gram weight instead of 1 kilogram weight. Okay, find his profit percent if he sells per kilogram at the same price as he buys a kilogram. So, selling price is what? That same only. Okay, that same only. What he is doing basically, by selling 900 gram, he is taking the cost of what? 1 kilogram. That means 100 gram goods are left. 100 gram goods are left because उतने का ही वो profit ले रहा है. So 100 divided by 900, because goods left upon goods sold into 100. This is your what? Percentage profit. This is your percentage profit. So these types of questions become so simple if we know this formula. Okay. These types of questions become so simple if we know this formula. So I hope everybody is clear with this thing. Now let's move forward. Now look at this thing. A manufacturer makes a profit of 15% by selling a color TV for rupees 6900. Okay. Um, if the cost of manufacturing increases by 30% and the price paid by the retailer increased by 20%, find the profit percentage made by the manufacturer. Okay, find the profit percent made by the manufacturer. Now, see what it is saying. A manufacturer makes a profit of 15% by selling a color TV for rupees this much. Okay, so selling price is 6900. Cost price is how much? X. So selling price is 1.15 times of X. Okay, fine. Um, if the cost of manufacturing increases by 30%, okay, now the cost of manufacturing increases by 30%. So 30% is what? The 30% of the cost price. Okay, so the cost price becomes 1.3x. Fine. um, and the price paid by the retailer increased by 20%. Okay, so earlier he was paying this price, now he is paying 20% more. So how much more he is paying? 69 into 2 you do, how much you will get? 8 1, and this is 12, and this is 138. Okay, 138. So earlier he was buying for this much, now he is buying for how much? 6900 plus 1380. Okay, because 0 will come when you will do the actual calculation. Okay, so the cost now becomes what? 8280, and the selling price becomes 8280. What is the cost price? 1.3x. Fine. Find the profit percent made by the manufacturer. Okay, find the profit percent made by the manufacturer. Fine. Okay, so see, here you can either get x from here, that is what? 13 into 10, or you can get your x from here as well. So what it is basically saying that uh, 15%. So if you will get x from here, because you have to find the profit percent made by the manufacturer. Okay, so if manufacturer makes a profit of 50%, 15% on this, so that means x plus 15% of x. Okay, x plus 15% of x is equals to how much? Is equals to 6900. Okay, 6900. Fine. So how we'll calculate this? Okay, this is 1.15 times of x. Okay, this is 6900 into 100 divided by 115. Fine, you can calculate this. Okay, because there is so much divisibility by 5 20 times, 5 2 times. Okay, and 5 3 times. Okay, and this is 69, so this is apparently divisible by 3. So 23 times, and this is how many times? This is 300 times. So you get your cost as 6000 here. Now originally your this cost price was 6000. Now your cost price becomes how much? So either you can get from here, or you can get from here itself, because this also says that the cost price increases by 30%. So that will become 7800, because if 6000 increases by 30%, so 30% of 6000 is what? 1800, and if you add 6000 to 1800, that will become 7800. Okay, now, what is the find the profit percent it is asking? So 8280 divided by 7800. So this becomes how much? 804, and this becomes 0. So your profit is 480. Now what is the profit percentage? 480 divided by 7800, okay, into 100, into 100, okay. So now we have to calculate from here what is the profit percentage. So let us divide this. Okay, so this becomes 2 3s are 6, and 2 9s are 80, and this becomes what, 240. This becomes how much, 13, and this becomes 80, and now this is 80 by 13. Okay, 80 by 13. So now you can calculate. I think it will come something near about this, because this is 78. Okay, this is 78. So 6 point something percentage profit you are going to get. So this is the profit percentage you are getting. So I hope everybody is clear with this thing. Let us do one more question. Uh, Find a single discount equal to three consecutive discount of 10%, 12%, and 5%. See, when they are saying about three consecutive discount means, first he gave a discount of 10%, then on the discounted price he gave a discount of 12%, and then on the discounted price he gave a discount of 5% more. So it goes like this. So for example, 100, you are getting a discount of 10%. How much you are getting? You are getting, let's say, 90. Or let me start from this, 110. Okay, so if I am getting a 10% discount here, that means 11 rupees I am discount I am getting. So I get 109. Okay, 11 rupees discount I am getting. I am getting 109. Okay, then 12% discount. Okay, then 12% discount. So what is 12% discount here? Say 10% is 10.9. Okay, 10% is 10.9 plus 2% more. What is 2% for this? Okay, guys, look at this. It is asking find a single discount equal to three consecutive discount of this. So 10% discount, 12% discount, and 5% discount. Let's start from 100. So 100 may say we do 10% discount, we get 90. Okay, we get 90. So minus 10 here. Then we give 12% discount. So 10% of this is 9. Okay. 10% of this is 9. What is 2% of this? 90 ka 2% is how much? This will go, this will go. Okay. And this is 18. So 1.8. Okay. So basically 10.8 rupees discount now you have to give. Okay. So just subtract 10.8 rupees from here. Okay, how much are you going to get? I think you are going to get, this will be 0, this will be 8, 2, this will be 9, okay, this will be 8, okay, so this will be 79.2. 79.2 minus 10.8 here. Now from here you have to give 5% discount. So 10% of 79.2 is how much? 10% of 79.2 is 7.92. Okay, so 5% of 79.2 is divided by this. Okay, so 2 threes are 6, obviously 2 nines are 18, and 2 6 are 12. So 3.96 you have to subtract from here. So what are you getting? 79.2 minus 3.96. So 4. So this will become how much? This will become this 12 minus 9. So this will become 3. This will become how much? This will become 5, and this will become 75.34. Okay, 75.34. So I hope everybody is clear with this thing. 75.34. So this will become how much? Minus of 10, minus of 10.8, and minus of 3.96. So 6, 7, 4, and this is 24.76. So this becomes minus 24.76. Okay. Here also you can see the discount is minus 24 points. So 24.76 rupees percentage discount is equals to this. Okay, is equals to this. Now if you will add this directly, you will see this is 27% discount, but we are not giving 27% discount. We are giving how much discount? 24.76% discount. So I hope now everybody is clear with this thing. Now let's move forward.